So we have a good start on my crafting cottage. We got the floor framed, insulated, and the floorboards down. I want to share with you the lessons we have learned about holing lumber, storing it, and also protecting it. One of the first things we did in preparation was to get a few pallets so that we would have a place off the ground to store the lumber. Being our first time doing a major project like this cottage build, we have been learning a lot about holing lumber. In a previous video, I told you about the day we picked up our first load of 2x6s and how we spilled them all over the highway, blocking traffic both directions. Since that day, we have done many runs for more lumber, because I'm only purchasing lumber as I need it in the build, because I don't have storage to house it all. Well, I have another story to tell you. The second load we picked up from Lowe's was not prepared properly by Lowe's employees. It was stacked neatly on a cart, but not done correctly, and they didn't even band it. When Ed rolled the load out to us, I was thinking, wow, we are going to have to load it piece by piece, all 144 2x4s. Another more trained and experienced employee walked by. She said, "You should have banded that load." A third experienced and knowledgeable employee said, "The wood should have been stacked on dunnage strips and then band, and then we could have used the forklift to push the load into the back of the pickup truck more easily." Well, none of that was done. The first employee, Ed, who prepared our order, went to go get the banding machine but then he couldn't remember how to thread the strap through the hooks properly. So another employee came behind him and rethreaded the straps. It was not tightened sufficiently. So when they did try to push the load onto the truck with the forklift, the first strap came loose. 3 employees worked hard trying to get the load onto the back of the truck. But the whole pile fell to one side, and it was sloppily done. As soon as they got onto the truck, the guys disappeared quickly. They should be ashamed of how poorly it was done. We had no choice but to tighten the cargo strap as tight as we could on the sloppy load. I was concerned the 2x4s would become twisted and warped in the hot sun, so we decided to unload it as soon as we got the load home. My efficient son trimmed the branches so we don't have to dodge limbs while we unload. It's also a good idea to lay a narrow waste board near the end of the truck body to lift the load from resting directly on the back tailgate to save the tailgate from breaking. And do you know, all this time, my husband had 2 cargo straps in the back of his other pickup truck, but it did not even cross his mind to think to use it or to bring it along with us on that first trip before we actually spilled a load in the middle of the road. Sometimes it takes a hard lesson to learn. Every time we go pick up a new load of lumber, I make sure we have the cargo strap, some rope, and the extra bungee cords. Now I go prepared. So we got a cargo strap across here to tighten it down, try to make sure the boards are not moving, and we added a rope because we're worried about these slipping, but now we've got this tied so that won't slip, and this was a little bit loose, so I put the rope over here, but that rope could come off, so I'm a little worried about that. Well, I'm just thinking in the wind and driving, this rope could come off right here. How about a bungee cord? Let's put a bungee cord to secure this one. We gotta make sure everything's tight and secure.
This one is not.
What about these in the middle here?
These are strapped down.
They're good?
These are good, because these are going nowhere.
These are all good? Okay, I think we got it secure. So, take our extra bungee cords. Put in the truck, I think we got it. That's why I keep an eye to make sure nothing shifts on us. The 2 boards in the center jiggled a bit, but didn't move much because they were sandwiched between secure boards on either side. From experience, I have learned that it is easier to haul wood that is all the same length and size or shape. I hope the lessons that we have learned will help you be better prepared when you should need to take your first trip to pick up a load of lumber. So what we're learning about hauling wood is it's better to, when you buy wood, to get it all the same size. It's whenever you have different size wood, different length of wood, that it's a little bit more challenging to get it strapped in. Like this right here, it's all the same. My husband and I are getting lots of exercise, loading, unloading, and stacking lumber. Sometimes we even have to relocate the lumber pile depending on the next phase of the project. I bought a very large tarp so that we can cover the structure while we are waiting for the next phase of the build to protect the wood. I'm sitting under the tarp. As I said before, we do get a lot of rain in the springtime. Since I've got trees all the way around, we strung our rope from the tree at that side to a tree on this side, and we're draping the tarp over it. And I think I bought a tarp big enough so that, like when we have the walls up and it's framed, that the tarp will actually go over the whole thing, you know, when it's not completely dried in. Because my biggest fear is having the weather destroy the wood. You pull back the tarp like a curtain for working. It kind of looks like a tent. Right now it looks like a big tent on a platform. I remember in Japan we did a camp out night, and that's what they had. Elevated platforms from the ground, and we put up our tent on top of the platform. It was great because we would have got soaked otherwise, because it rained so bad. We try our best to keep it pulled tight. I guess the wind comes in and kind of readjusts it a little bit. And we weight it down with whatever we have. Try to keep a good slope so that we don't have rain coming inside. Using bricks and whatever we have to weight it down to keep it from blowing away. So temporarily my brick wall is only partially there. They're not cemented down anyways. Only the base is cemented. So it's to make it level. It's serving a purpose. Besides, later it'll just be decor, but for right now it's extra weights that we need to weight down the tarp. I can't remember the dimensions of the tarp. I'll have to look it up and see what size I bought, but it's big. It's really big. With all this rain, this moss is growing. Oh, I discovered something about this oak tree right here. I'm not sure, the lighting might not be right so you can see it, but there's kind of a face on this tree. Do you see it? Do you see the face? I should get me some of those fake eyes and mouth and nose and just stick them on here, because there kind of already is. There, see the eyes? And that looks like it could be a mouth. This tree has a personality. Almost looks like a giant worm or a giant caterpillar. Puffed up with the air. It's been raining on and off today, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain. I think the sun will come out on Sunday. So we're at a standstill for now. I hope you will come along and join me on this journey as I build my dream cottage, my crafting cottage, where I will have all this wonderful space to be creative without interruption, without any external sounds. With the noisy stuff of the noises my husband makes, and all the crash banging my son makes in the kitchen, because he is just he moves really fast. And I think I've mentioned before, he's breaking my dishes. My glasses seem to be disappearing, and my plates all have chips in them. So the day that he finally gets married and starts his own family, I will probably have to buy all new dishes. But the next phase of this project is to build the walls. This crafting cottage is made possible because of you. I appreciate you watching my channel. I'm excited to see that my channel is growing. For the past, since December, for the past 4 or 5 months, I've gotten between 150 to 200 new subscribers every single month. That's exciting. And I know my channel is varied. You know, some people come to me for basket making, some come for sewing, some come for my dollhouse project, some for my chickens, some for DIY home repairs. I mean, there's so much content. I don't even remember all that my channel has. But I appreciate every person that is coming to my channel. I appreciate you watching my videos. You're watching the videos and letting the ads play. It helps me because all my YouTube earnings is going into this project right now. I'm not spending it. So I'm reinvesting all of my earnings into this project so that I can make it happen. And it's because of you that I'm able to do this. So I thank you. I genuinely thank you so much for supporting my channel. It also helps if you leave a comment to show engagement, and then that then YouTube will say, oh, look, people like this video. People are giving it a thumbs up. People are commenting on this video. People are engaging. And that helps improve my algorithms so that my channel can continue to grow and be successful. So you can help me by doing that. I also have links below the video that if you want to send a donation towards this project, any money that comes in is going to this crafting cottage, and I have some exciting plans. I mean, it's all here. It's all envisioned in my head. I know what colors it's going to have. I know what style it's going to be inside, and I've planned the whole layout of what's going to be inside. I could see it. I could see it in my eyes already, how it's going to be. It's going to be so pretty. It's going to be so calm and so relaxing. And it's going to be so amazing to have this space. So, if you're new to this channel, I thank you for joining. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. Do come back and follow this journey. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I have no idea when it'll be finished. I can't wait to the day that I'm moving in, but I know that's a ways off because there's a lot to do. We've got plumbing to do, we've got electric to do, we got to frame the walls, frame the roof, and get the electric done, and then we have to finish the inside, and we've got tables to build and closets to build, shelves to build, and I've got a few special things that I'm planning that I want to add to it, and I've got some creative things that I want to add to it. So it's going to be a fun journey, and I'm just so happy that this dream, this vision that I had sitting over there, just looking at the space, thinking about what it could be. And now I'm seeing it come to light. So the next video on this project will be framing the walls. Thanks for watching.